In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use Neopixel in Tinkercad step by step, even if you are brand new to Arduino simulation. We'll set up the hardware, write the code, run the simulation, and fix the most common issues along the way. If this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more easy software and electronics guides. Alright, let's jump right in. First, open Tinkercad and create a new circuit. To follow along, you will need an Arduino Uno R3 and a Neopixel component, such as a ring, strip, or jewel. For this example, we'll use a 12-pixel Neopixel ring because it's easy to see in simulation and works great for learning the basics. In the Components panel, type Neopixel into the search bar, then drag the 12-pixel ring onto the workplane. Now let's wire it up correctly. Start with power. Connect the Neopixel GND pin to the Arduino GND pin using a black wire. Then connect the Neopixel 5V or VCC pin to the Arduino 5V pin using a red wire. These two connections give the ring the power it needs to operate. Next comes the most important part, the data line. Connect the Neopixel data input, also called in, to digital pin 2 on the Arduino. This is the wire that tells the Neopixels what color to display and when to change. Once your wiring is in place, we can move on to the code. In Tinkercad, click the Code button in the top right corner. By default, it may open in Blocks mode, so switch the drop-down from Blocks to Text. If you see a warning pop up, click Continue. This will take you into the text editor, where we can write the Arduino code directly. At the top of your code, make sure you include the Adafruit Neopixel library. Tinkercad already has this built in, so you do not need to upload any extra files or install anything manually. After that, define your Neopixel object by telling Arduino which pin the data line is using and how many pixels are on the ring. In this case, that means pin 2 and 12 pixels. This definition is important because it lets the Arduino know exactly what hardware it is controlling. Next is the setup section. Inside the setup function, you only need to call the begin command. This wakes up the Neopixel strip and prepares it to receive data. Think of it like turning the lights on and getting the system ready before the animation starts. Now let's talk about the logic behind the animation. If you want your Neopixels to do something visually interesting, you need a way to generate colors. One simple method is to create a custom function that picks random values for red, green, and blue. By using random numbers between 0 and 255, your code can produce a different color every time the animation runs. That makes the effect feel alive and dynamic instead of repeating the same pattern over and over. Then we come to the loop function, where the real animation happens. Inside the loop, use a for loop to go through each pixel one by one. For each pixel, assign a color by sending it a specific RGB value. After that, use the show command to push the color data to the Neopixel ring so the LEDs actually light up. Then add a small delay, like 100 milliseconds, so the human eye can clearly see the chase effect as it moves around the ring. That delay is really important. If it is too fast, the animation may look like one solid flash instead of individual lights moving. If it is too slow, the effect may feel choppy. Around 100 milliseconds is a great starting point for a smooth and visible motion in Tinkercad. Once your code is ready, it's time to test it. Click Start Simulation and watch the ring closely. You should see the LEDs turn on one by one in a circular chase pattern. When the full circle is complete, the code should choose a new random color and repeat the effect again. That gives you a nice looping animation that is perfect for learning how Neopixels work in Tinkercad. If nothing lights up, the first thing to check is your wiring. Make sure the data wire is going to pin 2, not another digital pin. Also confirm that the power wires are connected properly to 5E and GND. If the lights flicker or behave strangely, check your delay value and make sure it is not set to 0. The simulation needs a little time to render each change clearly. And if the colors look wrong, double check that your RGB values stay within the 0 to 255 range. The big takeaway here is that Neopixels in Tinkercad are all about 3 things: correct wiring, proper setup and code, and a simple animation loop. Once you understand those basics, you can start building much more advanced projects like color wipes, rainbow effects, fades, and reactive lighting patterns. So now you know how to use Neopixel in Tinkercad from start to finish. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more beginner-friendly tutorials just like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.